Dear students, till now we discuss about different Mendelian concepts as well as some post-Mendelian research or the work which include chromosomal theory as well as the concept of Morgan, what is that, linkage. After that, we studied again another concept called sex determination, alva, how exactly the sex of the progeny will be determined, where chromosomes are playing important role, which may be either the sex chromosome ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ set of chromosome ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. And one more thing, till now we understood in this chapter finally that what Mendel stressed more, that is, it is because of independent assortment, segregation, dominance, which are the causes for nature's variation. Later, there are several examples which disproved it is not universal. It is not applicable all the time, and especially it is the man by name T.H. Morgan who is known as the father of experimental genetics. By his experiment, he says that the main cause for the nature's variation, naturally variation ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ main cause ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದವಾಗ ಅವನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, it is because of recombination of genes. You know how recombination occur? By crossing over, that we will understand, right? So he said recombination is the main cause for variation, change in the DNA, change in the genetic material. And today even I can say, along with crossing over and recombination, the another thing that also brings change in our genetic material, ನಮ್ಮ DNA ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, DNA ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ we can expect change ಅಥವಾ variation in the progeny, right? Apart from recombination, mutation is the another thing that plays an important role in what? In nature's variation. So now I am beginning with the concept of which one? Mutation. A scientist by name Hugo de Vries, do you remember him? He is one among the rediscoverers of Mendel's law. Go to the first page of my notes. Three scientists, one fellow by name Carl Correns, another one Hugo de Vries, and one more Eric von Schema, right? Schemack. So among the three, it is Hugo de Vries who was working on a plant called Enothera lamarckiana. Which one? Enothera lamarckiana. Enothera lamarckiana, also called evening primrose ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಆ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ primrose plant ಮೇಲೆ he was performing some experiment, and that plant what he was doing, working with, it was a true breeding plant. It was a genetically pure plant. It was in the, what is that, the homozygous condition. He was knowing that, but he observed some sudden changes. ಆ ಟ್ರೂ ಬ್ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವನು ಏನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಈನೋಥೆರಾ ಲೆಮಾರ್ಕಿಯಾನ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, he observed some sudden changes in that plant and he called it what? Mutation. The term mutation was coined by whom? Hugo de Vries while working on Enothera lamarckiana. Then what is mutation? Mutation is the sudden change, sudden spontaneous change or alteration. How I can define? It is the sudden spontaneous what? Change, or I can say alteration in what? In the genetic material. Not in my face, ನನ್ನ ಫೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಡನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ರೈಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸಡನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್, ಜೀನೋಟೈಪ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ ದಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ change in what also? Phenotype of the individual. I'm sure you know this. Phenotype, what are phenotype? Character. The character or the phenotype of the individual is determined by genotype ಅಥವಾ genetic material. Genetic material ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ change in the genotype, that brings change in what? The character or the phenotype, that is what is called mutation. So students, along with recombination, mutation is the another factor that is responsible for bringing nature's what? Variation. Mutation, it is occurring in what type of cells? Based on that, I can group them into two types. Okay, the mutation based on the cell type, it may be either somatic mutation, or it may be germinal mutation. Based on what? The cell type. Okay, cell type, it is of two types. What do you mean by somatic mutation? It is the change or the mutation occurring in the somatic cells of the body. My skin cell, my hair cell, hair follicle cell, right? My kidney, my heart cell. The somatic cells ಏನು ಇದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಓವಾ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಬೇರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು, ಮಸಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ನೋ, ಆಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್? ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಕರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ is called somatic mutation. Mutation occurring in the sex cell. Sex cell andre yaudu? Sperm and ova. Mutation occurring in the gametes or sex cell or germ cell are called what? Germinal mutation. Now can you guess, among somatic mutation and germinal mutation, which plays important role in evolution? Any idea? It is what? Your answer is which one? Germinal mutation plays a very important role in what? Evolution. How come? How it becomes very important for evolution? Very simple. If it is a somatic mutation, say for example, ivattu as I got exposed to something or due to some environmental factor, I got some change in my genetic material or the DNA present in my skin cell. Skin cell alli nannalli mutation agide. Whether that change occurred in my skin cell, whether I will inherit it to my next generation? ನೋ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಕೇವಲ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸಿಂದ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಪ್ರೊಜೆನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಫ್ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವಾಟ್? Mutation in the sperm and ova or germinal mutation, that is only inherited to the next generation but not somatic. So try to understand, somatic mutation is not what? Heritable, and hence it will not any role in the evolution. Next generation ಗೆ ಇದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ there is germinal mutation, it is heritable, which can be transferred from parents to offspring. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ offspring ಅಲ್ಲಿ in the progeny we can expect what? Variation. We can expect change. So germinal mutation play important role in the evolution. Human male, human female in a egg ಅಥವಾ sperm ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ ಅವರ next generation ಗೆ ಅದು pass out ಆದರೆ what may happen? We can find difference in the children. Is that clear? So that is based on the cell type. Now, what are the causes how mutation will occur? It may be somatic mutation, it may be germinal mutation. How it occur? NCERT says that the mutation may either due to change or alteration in chromosome. It can be either due to change or alteration in the chromosome. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. If there is alteration in the chromosome, right, we already know that our gene the so-called Mendelian factors are present on the chromosome. ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ನೋ ದ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್, ದ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮಲ್ abnormalities. It will cause somewhat chromosomal abnormalities. ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಇದರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತವೆ. The chromosomal abnormalities can be called chromosomal aberrations. Very, very important. What are chromosomal aberrations? Nothing but abnormalities caused due to change in the chromosome. Change in the chromosome results in problems. Those problems we call them as chromosomal aberrations. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕೂಡ mutation ಆಗಬಹುದು, which is quite common in case of cancer cells. Chromosomal mutations are quite common in the cancer cell. The second reason, right, it may be even caused due to change in the direct change in the what? Genes having nitrogenous bases. Changes in the right nitrogenous basis of the gene. Based on that, it is again of two type. Okay, that is, one is point mutation, another one is frame shift mutation. I will convince you this concept, very simple. Okay, the change in the nitrogenous base of the gene, nitrogenous base galu ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು? adenine, guanine, cytosine ಮತ್ತು thymine ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ it can be either point mutation or it can be what? frame shift mutation. What do you mean by point mutation? It is caused due to change in single nitrogenous base pair ಅಥವಾ ಬೇಸ್, ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಕೇವಲ ಒಂದು ನೈಟ್ರೋಜಿನಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇಸ್ ಪೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ, ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ DNA. ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ATGCTG. Okay, what happened? It is the actual sequence of DNA. Due to some reason, it has lost what? Guanine. This is a change in how many bases? One base, alva, where one nitrogenous base is lost. Either loss agbodu athava en agbodu. Look at here, let me write once again. ATGCTG, actual strand, where, see here, what happened? Instead of A, adenine is replaced by some other nitrogenous base. Illi loss aglilla, replacement of the base occurred, or even what may occur? A, T, what was there? G, C, T, G. It was the actual sequence. Okay, what happened? One extra base can be added. So try to understand, change in the nitrogenous base can either occur due to what? Addition of a single nitrogenous base or deletion of a single nitrogenous base athava substitution, alva? Substitution of a nitrogenous base. Shall I repeat once again? What is point mutation? Change in the single nitrogenous base pair either due to addition, deletion or substitution of the bases. How many bases? Only one. Ondu matra badalavane adre it is called point mutation. And the best example for this is, I will write here only. Okay, what is that? A disease called sickle cell anemia. I am sorry, a genetic disorder. ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್, ಹ್ಯೂಮನಿಗೆ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಮೊದಲು ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಯಾವುದದು? ಸಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅನೇಮಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅನೇಮಿಯಾ ಈಸ್, ಇನ್ ಮೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಮೈ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ CTC. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ CTC ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅನೇಮಿಯಾ, ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ what happened? It is changed to CAC. Sickle cell anemia is a best example for point mutation, where a single nitrogenous base called thymine is replaced by ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ? adenine. Whether here it is addition? No. Deletion? No. What happened? ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಕರ್. ಯಾವ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಒಂದು ನೈಟ್ರೋಜಿನಸ್ ಬೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ it is called point mutation. Then students, can you guess what do you mean by frame shift mutation? It is the change in more than one ಅಥವಾ many nitrogenous bases. Okay, many, more than one set of nitrogenous bases change ಆದರೆ it is called frame shift mutation. Is that clear? So this is how, either due to change in chromosome or due to either single nitrogenous base or many, ನೋಡಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್, ಮೆನಿ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೋದು? ಅ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಕರ್. ಎಸ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ದ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ mutagens. What are mutagens? Mutagens are the mutation causing agents. What are carcinogens? Cancer causing agents alva. So mutagens are the mutation causing agents which can be either a physical mutagen, which can be like X-rays, UV rays. It can be chemical mutagen, or it can be some biological mutagen. So physical mutagen, chemical mutagen, or what? Biological mutagens can cause mutation, thereby bring some change. ಈ mutation ಇಂದ ಆಗುವ change ಏನು ಇದೆ? Sometime it could be to that animal, ಆ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಗೆ ಆ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ನಮ್ಮ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು ಏನು ಆಗಿದೆ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್, ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ರೀಸನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕೆಲವು ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ಗಳು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಮ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಡೆಟ್ರಿಮೆಂಟಲ್, ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಮ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಕರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್, ಇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್. Is that clear? This is about the concept of which one? Mutation. Write down the notes. I will quickly read out. Heading: mutation. In addition to recombination, mutation is another phenomena that leads to variation in DNA. Underline variation in DNA. Next line. Mutation is a phenomena in which, underline mutation, mark it as a 1 mark question. Mutation is a phenomena which results in, don't use the word in, phenomena which results in change or alteration of DNA sequences and results in change in genotype and phenotype of the organism. Genotype and phenotype of the organism. Mark it as a standard 1 mark question. It is a standard definition for which one? Mutation. Next line. Mutation occurring in somatic cells of the body is called somatic mutation. Underline, full stop. Continue the same line. Mutation occurring in sex cells, in bracket gametes, close the bracket, is called germinal mutation. Underline, germinal mutation. Next line. Somatic mutation does not involve in evolution, right? No, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹೆರಿಟಬಲ್. Okay, full stop. Continue the line. Germinal mutation is very important for evolution. Underline, very important for evolution because it is heritable. Next line. Mutation may occur due to, mark it as a 2-mark question. Mutation may occur due to, next line, point number 1. Alteration in chromosome, full stop. Continue the same line, point number 1 only. Since genes are known to be located on chromosomes, since genes are known to be, K-N-O-W-N, known to be located on chromosomes, comma, alteration in chromosome results in abnormalities, alva samasyegalu, abnormalities or chromosomal aberrations. Chromosomal aberrations, underline chromosomal aberration. Okay, ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದರ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು? abnormality in an individual caused due to chromosomal mutation, right? In that only, in the point number 1 only, next line, write down. Chromosomal aberrations are commonly observed in cancer cells. Commonly observed in cancer cells. Next line, point number 2. Mutation can occur due to change in, mutation can occur due to change in single base pair of DNA, underline single, and is called point mutation. Underline point mutation. Single underline ಮಾಡಿ, point mutation, mark it as a 2-mark question. What is point mutation? Mutation in the gene due to change in single nitrogenous base pair. In that, next line, example, sickle cell anemia. Question ಕೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, what is point mutation? Give example. What is the standard example? Sickle cell anemia. In bracket write down, in bracket, where CTC changed to CAC. Okay, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ CTC, sickle cell anemia patients ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಅದು CAC ಆಗಿದೆ. Okay, in point number 2 only, next line write down. Point number 2, next line. Deletion, addition and substitution of many base pairs, underline many, very important, ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಡಿಲೀಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೋತ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್, frame shift mutation. Okay, addition, deletion, substitution of many base pairs of DNA, many base pairs of DNA, comma, causes frame shift mutation. Underline, mark it as a 1-mark question. Okay, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ specific example ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Next line, separately, both the points are over. Okay, the both points can be asked for directly 2 or 3 mark. Mark it as a very important, or they can ask you what is point mutation? Give example, 2-mark question. What is frame shift mutation? It is 1-mark question. Next line, a physical or chemical agent responsible for mutation is called mutagens. Mark it as a 2-mark question. Physical or chemical agent, any agent responsible for mutation are called mutagens. Next line, they may be physical, underline physical, in bracket X-rays, UV rays, close the bracket, comma, chemical, underline chemical, or biological, underline biological. What are the different physical, chemical, biological mutagens, cancer causing carcinogens, that and all we will discuss in the chapter human health and disease. Is that clear? 2-mark question. What are mutagens? Physical, chemical agents responsible for causing mutation, complete agi bareri, are called mutagens. Mutagens may be either physical, chemical or biological. So why we discuss this concept of mutation? I am trying to convince you here, along with recombination in the nature, the variation can even happen due to what? Mutation ಇಂದ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. And even the mutations may lead to some disorders also. One of the best example is sickle cell anemia, cancer. So in my next class I will continue with different genetic disorders.